Everyone make some noise for the crew, the entire crew from the MLS right here in the room today.
Hello everyone, it's Paul Wood back here at the 9/11 Day Meal Pack from the Intrepid in New York City. And I hope you guys caught that amazing performance from the cast of Come From Away. Today I'm really lucky. I've got two people I'm really excited to chat with. One is co-founder of 9/11 Day, Jay Winvk, and the second is Joel Hatch, a cast member from Come From Away. So I want to thank you all for being with us here today on Facebook. And we also encourage everyone to do a good deed today, so you can learn more at 911day.org. So why don't I start with you, Jay? Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. Congratulations on this event and all the events across the country. A lot of success.
Thank you. It's really grown. This initiative has grown beyond our wildest dreams. Really something.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about your background and how did all this get started?
Well, I am a 9/11 family member. I lost my brother Glenn Winvk, who was a partner at Holland & Knight. It's a law firm. But for 20 years, Glenn was a volunteer firefighter and an EMT. So when the towers were hit, he helped evacuate his law offices. He ran into the South Tower to save lives. And he perished when the South Tower collapsed. But he did what firefighters do. And, of course, where would we be without them? So Glenn was my inspiration for helping to get this initiative going.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but what a great tribute, right, today.
Thank you. It really, it's, we all promise to never forget, and we shouldn't forget. And so when my colleague and friend David Payne gave me a call and he said, what do you think about trying to make 9/11 a day of service? We started this grassroots initiative, and it has grown into the nation's largest annual day of charitable engagement.
Fantastic. Well, I was going to ask you, with events like 9/11 Day and 9/11 obviously being honored in major productions like Come From Away, what does that mean to you?
For me, this is beyond our wildest dreams. I mean, first of all, Come From Away, I could talk about all day how wonderful that play is, because it has a 9/11 true life story behind it, which I'm sure we'll talk about for a minute. But the messaging in that play is so aligned with what we're trying to accomplish with the 9/11 Day of Service. To focus on our common humanity, to help people out who you don't necessarily know, who may be less fortunate than you. That's really what this Day of Service is about. Not the things that separate us, but the things that bring us together.
That's great, great. Thank you, Jay. All right, let's turn to you, the mayor, Joel Hatch. Can you tell us, for the viewers who don't know, can you talk a little bit about what Come From Away is all about?
Well, the time around 9/11, when the terrible attack happened, there were many heroes on that day. There were heroes here in New York, and there were heroes all over the world. And this focuses on the little town of Gander, Newfoundland, where when the airspace was closed down over the United States, 38 planes from all over the world, all different colors and people and religions of people and languages and cultures arrived. 7,000 people in this little town that was around 10,000 people. So it almost doubled overnight, this town. And they took care of these people from all over the world for 5 days, until they were allowed back to fly into the United States. So it was a heroic effort on the part of the people in Gander and the surrounding communities to take care of all of these people for all those days. And lasting bonds and friendships have formed from those days that are continuing to this day. It's an amazing story.
It's, what a beautiful moment that must have been on the heels of 9/11 for all of these strangers to come together and be welcomed like that. It's amazing.
I think when we find ourselves in those moments that are what we consider the worst moments of our lives, that's when people step up and show us what real love and real compassion can be. And this was one of those moments. And it was experienced here in New York as well. And these people here today are celebrating that love and compassion that those people showed each other on the streets of New York and in the streets of Gander all those years ago.
Yeah, this is the living visualization, this tradition of not only packing meals, but people all over the country doing good deeds on 9/11 really does reflect the way people responded on 9/12 and for months afterwards. And it's a time to just kind of pause in this country and realize that we need to come together, that we can really help each other. And so that's the foundation of what the 9/11 Day of Service is all about. So you've got 3,500 people packing meals here in New York on the Intrepid. They're going to pack 850,000 meals before this day is over. And they were doing this in 3 other markets as well, in Phoenix and San Francisco and LA. 6,000 volunteers altogether packing 1.7 million meals today.
It's amazing. Wow. Congratulations. Another question for you. I'm curious what role you think entertainment plays after, or can play after, a tragedy like 9/11.
I think many times events like this can pull people apart, can make people feel suspicious of each other, can make people feel afraid. And I think entertainment offers a great opportunity to educate people about what's possible, how we can behave towards each other, how we can join together and working together create things that are really beautiful and compassionate. And so I think we have a great role and responsibility in our reaction towards those events and how we do it responsibly and honestly. And this is the story we tell. Everything in it happened. There's nothing that's made up. Most of what we say came from the mouths of the people who experienced it. So it's as much a documentary as it is a musical. And I think that's really important for people to understand. We're just telling the truth here.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on the show. One last question for both of you.
Sure.
And I'd just like, in your own words, just if you can share what this day means to you both.
Well, for me, this is a labor of love, of course, in honor of my brother, but really in honor of all of those who perished or who were injured. And there are still people sick as a result of their service at Ground Zero, so we can never forget that. But, of course, 9/11 is a bitter day for me, but it's a bittersweet day for me, because when I look at what's happening around the country, not only in this amazing event, but all over the country, 30 million people doing good deeds in honor of those who were lost, which is what we're at now, 30 million people. It's heartwarming for me. There's nothing I'd rather do more. I can't bring my brother back, but this is the best that I can do for him. If I can help play a role in somebody stepping forward to help somebody else, it's the way he lived his life, and it's the way I want to live my life.
Thank you.
I think what Jay says, in that the best way to honor these heroes, like his brother, who sacrificed themselves, is to take time and do something for someone else. That's the best way to honor their lives. And that's what these people are doing today. And hopefully, they don't just do it today. They carry it with them, that spirit of giving and care and compassion the rest of the days of the year.
Terrific. Well, thank you both for taking the time to chat today, and obviously for being here and being a part of this. Also, I just want to thank everybody for joining us on the Facebook Live, and we definitely encourage you to share your good deeds. We have a number of social handles, obviously. You can use hashtag 9/11, or you can use 9/11_day at Instagram. Snapchat is NINE 11 day. And then Twitter is 9/11 day. So we encourage you all to share your good deeds, post, let us know how you're doing, And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with some more interviews and interesting conversations later.
Thank you guys. It's good. Yeah. It makes it like.